in Workington. Jordan Burns with the kick-off.
And it's Whiteaven with first use of possession, so Cumbria on it, passes infield, and the 15 metres away from their own line, Workington running off the back fence there was Ainley. He'll stand and play this, eventually to Phillips, who shuffles the ball to his right hand side. Good first carry that from Atiga jumping in off his wing. He's about 25 metres away from his own line, about 15 metres in from the touchline on the right side. He continues going down that channel and make a further 10 metres, but some solid defence from Whiteaven. 4 players stuck into that tackle, obviously trying to slow it down a little bit as much as they can, as Ainley takes another carry, his second of the set, and that's fierce defence from Jake Pearce in particular. Really got under his ribs and carried him backwards, but he's still going to play this 35 metres from his own line. Now Scully bursting through the middle, just working his way beyond that 40, heading towards the halfway line. They've run through the set of 6, so this is the last tackle as Phillips sends it to the right hand side, and Don Weir slides a low kick downfield.
Jordan Burns goes to use his foot, and he went behind the Whiteaven captain, and he's had to recover, and he's made his way only back to his own 10 metre line. There has Burns. Cam Brown will be the man to dive in a dummy half, and he's hurt here. Is Jordan Burns. We've got a stoppage in play, and if Jordan can't continue, that'll be a change that Anthony would be forced into really early, and especially a reshuffle around there as well. The physio's out there with him, and in the rough and tumble of the Cumbrian derby, 60 seconds or so on the clock, we've got a stoppage already.
We certainly have, and tell you what though, fierce first set that though, wasn't it? The way that Whiteaven were putting the numbers into the tackle, forcing Don Weir to kick it long, and then an equally strong tackle on Burns. I hope he's going to be okay to continue.
He's not. HIA is signalled, and this will be a reshuffle for Whiteaven. So Ellison Holgate potentially goes on, I would imagine. Luke Collins maybe to 6 alongside Jack Newbecking, maybe Cameron Brown to fullback. That is a lot of changes, although could you see maybe Ethan Bickerdike we have seen in the E-League pre-season games go in, and could you see maybe Connor Holliday move over to the centre and Ellis Nixon maybe dive in at second row? We'll soon wait and see, but it's a reshuffle that Whiteaven certainly haven't prepared for it in the week and wouldn't have wanted to come up against, Dave.
Both Jack Newbegin and Cam Brown, they have played fullback before. I know certainly I've seen Cam Brown play fullback for Cornwall previously, you know, so he could slot into that role. But you're very right. I mean, they'll have 2 training sessions in the week, won't they, where everything will have gone through the players and the spine players as they're expecting and as they've taken the field. So this reshuffle so early could really disrupt things for Whiteaven.
Really could. Ellis Nixon looks to be the man that's coming on down below us, so it will be, I'd imagine, Bickerdike to fullback, probably Connor Holliday moving over to the centre, and you imagine Ellis Nixon will slot in at second row. But it's a change, like you say, that you certainly don't want to make. You don't want to lose one of your spine players, your halves, your hooker, you're at 9, and so be hoping he can come out, will Jordan Burns, and recover sufficiently to take place in this game. He passes his HIA, but if he fails that, I mean, he doesn't look in good nick as he's walking off the field, does he, Dave?
Not at all, no. I mean, he's hunched over at the moment, isn't he? And he's receiving the care and attention from the medical staff of the Whiteaven side, and he'll come to the touchline. He doesn't look well, man. He doesn't look well at all.
He looks more in Disneyland than Derwent Park, does Jordan Burns, and he gets a warm round of applause. Obviously does the former Whiteaven Workington man. I think that's him done this afternoon. We'll soon wait, but that is Jordan Burns' afternoon done. Looks like he might even be being sick down there. Whiteaven are back underway. It'll be Collins that remains in at hooker, so we'll keep an eye on that one. It looks like potentially Bickerdike has moved in to fullback. Looks like Mason Lufwaite's moved into centre, where we have seen him in a Whiteaven shirt a couple of times this season. We'll try and work out that reshuffle in just a moment, but it's Connor Holliday, the man that's wrapped up just short of the town 30. You're going to look to come down this short right hand side in near the grandstand position from where we are at Derwent Park. 5 and last. Chris Taylor trying to get up and play the ball. Collins in there at dummy half, full Jack Newbegin. Newbegin will get the kick away, but there was plenty of pressure on him. Galea's going to have to take a step forward. In fact, it will bounce. Biggerdike will try to get there, and it comes into the hand of a Whitehaven man. However, judged to have come forward, it did go forward off the hand of Ethan Biggerdike. It'll be scrum dowel, turnover ball to Workington Town.
I think Town are quite lucky there, to be honest. They allowed that ball to bounce. Never let a rugby league ball bounce, is the old rugby saying. But Town will be thankful to take possession 30 metres from their own line, and it's Eccleston to carry the battle in, and he's won the penalty for his side because it was a high challenge. Already there's a meeting of players in the middle of the field. That's how much that this game means to everybody.
There's already been, I'm not saying it is a red card, there's already been a red card across rugby league this afternoon. There was a red card in the whole derby. Just shows these derbies do get very feisty.
Yeah, definitely not a red card, that one, Jordan.
No,
not for me anyway.
No.
So it's going to be a penalty the way of Workington Town. First penalty of the game. Heads the way of the hosts, and Carter. He'll hit this one into touch. He's gained about 20-25 metres for his side as well, so they'll start to attack 40 metres out from the try line. Tap taken by Corkill. He in turn finds Carter, who in turn picks up Stevenson, and Stevenson overwhelmed by 3. They're carrying back over that 40 metre line. It's a great challenge heading in from Thompson. Referee blows his whistle, wants everybody to take their positions yet again.
Ball on the pitch there was. So Whitehaven very smartly saying that there and went, yeah, we'll just let you come and get that. That's fine, no problem at all.
So Stevenson to play this ball on the 40 metre line. Phillips passes to his right hand side. Scully sets himself for the drive, turned on his back over by Kellett. Gained about 5 metres on that play, did Workington Town. Phillips will continue this movement, going down the right hand side with Weir and Galea. Oh, he stepped one player, steps inside, 20 metres away from the try line. He's caught. Still about 15 metres in from the touchline. Weir picks up out of dummy half. Links with Ainley. Ainley 15 metres out now. Directly in front of the post. There's a good line up both to the left and the right. It comes to the left with Weir. Weir then fires it out to Carter. Carter links with Galea. Galea shuffles himself past one. Takes on another 2 plays. Eventually he's controlled and put on his back by Thompson. Also involved in the tackle was Holiday. Last tackle signalled here. Ball comes to the middle. Carter drops it on the boot. Great pick up.
And Ethan Biggerdike's collected it, and he's away as Ethan Biggerdike. He's got the offer way down to Cameron Brown goes round 1, goes round 2, goes round 3 and dives in. It'll be a scrum down, head and fade. Referee's got in the way there as Adam Williams, our man in the middle there this afternoon, and this will be either a stoppage, and it'll just be Whitehaven were away. I think Town had got sufficient numbers back, Dave, but it just slows all that momentum down. You can't get the quick play of the ball.
It does, but I mean, for me, he could have run anywhere else on the pitch. He didn't have to run at where the referee was.
Jake Pearce is the man to take the ball forward following that, just short of halfway. Whitehaven over that halfway now through Jack Kellett. Loose forwards taken down, combination of Bradley and Scully. Collins from dummy half finds Newbegin. Newbegin throws a dummy and then high on Jack Newbegin, and this will be the first penalty of the afternoon for Whitehaven. And there's going to be a meeting of the minds once more in the middle. In the early stages, both sides haven't had opportunities yet to get that energy out of their teams, that pent-up energy out of them, Dave, and they're sort of taking it out on each other out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of nervous energy, isn't there? And it can boil over in different ways, can't it? And at the moment, we've seen 2 early penalties, and Whitehaven with another opportunity to attack here.
And they're going to have a stoppage, and I think it just might be a word, probably with both captains, as in, I will deal with it, you don't need to run in. But just waiting to see. It'll be Connor Holiday, of course, who'll take over as vice captain. Obviously, as vice captain, he's calling out Connor Holiday and Stevie Scully. That's going to be. We've had 2 penalties and 2 blow-ups. I want no more. Otherwise, I'll just sit people down for 10 minutes.
I think this is good refereeing, to be honest.
No, I'm a big fan. I understand. I mean, don't get me wrong. We don't want everyone piling in and handbags flying everywhere. Although you'll get plenty of others that say they do. But he's just trying to get a hold on the game early, so that if it does blow up later on, he said, "I'll give you a warning. Can't say too much."
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So it will be Cam Brown. Well, they're going to take the tap, I think, for Whitehaven. The 32, they will take the tap. 32 metres out. Pierce will be the man to fetch it forward.
Report to the tunnel, please. Aaron Burns, report to the tunnel.
Jordan Burns' his brother. That doesn't sound the best. We'll move on from that. Jack Kellett is the man that's going to be wrapped up. 23 metres out, pretty much in at centre field. Collins will go left and find Jake Pearce out the back now to Cameron Brown. Brown will find Biggerdike. Biggerdike will straighten up. And the former Town man will be taken down 11 metres out. 15 metres in from the far popular side touchline. Into the hands now of Jordan Thompson. Thompson with the man wrapped up. Having a 2-3 metres out, just to the left hand side of the post. Collins comes up and finds Jake Pearce. That looked forward to me from here. It is the 5 and last. Pearce is taken down. Got options left and right. Which way will Collins go? He'll come right into the hands of Newbegin. Put a little neat kick in behind, and it'll have to be Galea that deals with it. And he does, and once he gets clear of the try line, he just dives towards the floor.
Did well there, did Galea. Really tracked himself across, and Town now have a penalty because Whiteaven were a bit too keen and eager to get up on that 10 metre mark. There was about 2 or 3 players, to be fair, that Mr Williams could have picked from, and as a result he's given Carter this opportunity to clear his lines. But what it does mean is Workington don't have to work too hard to get away from their own end.
They certainly don't, Dave. Carter's kicks made it up to their own 30. Be Corkhill that takes the tap.
Yeah, so Corkhill, he makes 5 or 6 metres on the carry. Carter shuffles into dummy half. He's got Ainley alongside him, and he carries the battle in. There's a good 4 players stuck into the defensive work there for Whiteaven. The 40 metres out from their own line here, Workington in centre field. Phillips looks up, puts it to his right hand side. This is Ainley. Again, those are hard fought 5 metres that he's gained. Thompson doing the tackling. Now Stevenson again following up. Was with Grant Reid the other week, and he was saying he's like granite the way that he runs, but that's the way that you answer granite. He's been pushed back yet again to the halfway line. So Town making progress slowly. Kick comes in down this left hand side from Carter. It'll bounce, it'll bobble. It's picked up at the back.
Ethan Biggins, obviously the man who's deputising for Jordan Burns at fullback. And as we've heard the shout of Adam Burns, I don't think we're seeing Jordan Burns out there again this afternoon. So Whiteaven will be down to 16 and a sub short already in the early stages here at Derwent Park. Mitchell Todd has come off the opposite wing to take this forward for Whiteaven. He'll play the ball. Collins will then find Mason Loufwaite. He'll shuffle the cross to the centre. And he's made it to 33 metres away from his own line. Has Mason Loufwaite. Collins in at dummy half. Out comes across to the middle to Pearce. Finds Newbegin. Newbegin will then find Holiday. Holiday will just stick his head down and run forward, and he'll try and get his nose through there. Will the now Whiteaven captain on half wheels, he'll play this ball 10 in from this popular side touchline, the grandstand touchline. Jordan Thompson is now the man to take it forward. It is the 5 and last, 5 over halfway. Newbegin will look to get the kick in, and he will. It's going end over end. Gillies having to come for it once more.
Oh, good take.
And Jack Kellett is there straight away on what is a very good take from Zanin Galea.
Yeah, Kellett was really leading the line there, wasn't he? Really put the impact on Galea, and well taken from the Town fullback. And Town trying to escape their own end, but finding it difficult. Eccleston. This is going to be a really slow play of the ball. However, referee's not standing for it. He's awarded Town another penalty, their 3rd penalty. We're 10 minutes in, there's no score on the board, still 0-0. And Workington looking to continue this attack and hopefully, as far as they're concerned, pick up a few more metres now through Carter.
Whiteaven potentially guilty there, Dave, of just being a bit over enthusiastic in defence. They want to ensure they can try and slow this Town side down.
I think this is what we've seen so far. Both sides really keen and eager to impress. Town back in possession, picking up the metres, getting beyond the 40 metre mark. Phillips is in at dummy half. Scully's running for him to his right hand side. Not much space in that middle there. And eventually crushed to the floor 30 metres out from the Whiteaven line. Phillips at dummy half again. He'll pass to find Ainley to his right hand side. He sets himself for the big drive and he's rolled on his back, so this will crucially just add a couple of seconds to the play of the ball. He goes out right with Weir. Weir taking the defence on, just stepping his way through. He stops about 15 metres out from the line, over on that right hand side, 10 metres in from touch, picked up from dummy half by Phillips. He's linked it, and that's a great tackle in the middle of the field to prevent Stevenson. There's another penalty that'll head the way.
Callum Phillips taken out. Initially didn't. I think he's had the shout from the touch judge on the far popular side to say that Phillips had been taken out there, and a call comes from the backroom staff down below us for Town to look to take the 2 points.
Not a bad decision in my opinion. That really just because in a lot of ways, given these sort of conditions, you want to have points where you can, don't you? I mean,
absolutely.
It's still teeming down out there, and the forecast is that it's going to get heavier as the afternoon progresses, so you just take your points when you can on offer.
So, yeah, just waiting to see if Callum Phillips is going to be okay. Nothing further, it seems like, will come from the man in the middle, and it's Ellis Nixon. I think they just got a little bit over enthusiastic. He's just got over and given an apologetic handout to Callum Phillips.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
I'm sure he will appreciate it, as he's very winded. He's Callum Phillips. But the penalty count in the early stages, Dave, what are we? 11, 12 minutes in, 4-1.
We're 4-1
in favour of Town, and
yeah.
that's something Anthony Murray will want to get out of this Whitehaven side pretty much straight away. Obviously, we see you mentioned the old rugby league saying of error penalty try or penalty try, and on this occasion, while it won't be a try for Workington, they're going to look to add on an extra easy 2 points as Jay Carter will look to go for goal.
Yeah, Carter, he's added 10 goals so far this season. He was really a man on form with the boot last time out against Rochdale Hornets. He's kicked 5 goals last time out against the Hornets. His general play as well has been pretty solid over these opening stages of the season. He's forged what's looking like a decent halfback pairing alongside Don Weir. And this one is just to the right hand side of the posts. He's took the ball about 12 metres back. So Carter, first opportunity of points here for Workington. 13 minutes in. Steps in, strikes it. The flags are raised. It's 2-0 in favour of Workington Town. Carter with the opening points of this fixture.
I think both coaches will be relatively happy with the opening they're seeing there, Dave. I think obviously Anthony Murray will have to get the message out there about penalties and such things like that. But in attack, both sides have looked good, they've both got shape, but defences have been on top at times there as well. A typical derby encounter, especially in what are slippery conditions out there.
You know what, it feels like it means something, and that's what we want. That's what we love about our rugby league, isn't it? When it means a mid-range restart from Whitehaven underneath. That one is Evans takes it in. One of those 11 players with former Whitehaven links plays it on the 20-metre line. Now they bring it forward again. Atiga. I do like what I've seen of Atiga. He's always keen and eager to help out his teammates from this sort of position. He'll play it in centre field to Phillips. He darts away. Good work from him. Offloads as well for Galea on the follow-up. He's up to the 40-metre line. Just coming over to this left-hand side where we are. Weir ducks forward again. Long carry from him, but he crashes over the halfway line. It'll be a quick play of the ball for Phillips. He links with Scully. Good drive this. This is a great set after points as well.
The rolling Whitehaven up the field here at Town.
32 metres away from the try line. Last tackle signal. It'll come out left for Carter. Carter, he's hoisted that one. That's coming down with snow on it.
Bickerdike does very, very well to collect it, but he's under immediate pressure even in challenging for the ball there. And even Bickerdike is out there as well. He is could be another reshuffle here for Whitehaven. We've got a stoppage on the clock. And even Bickerdike, the Town players knew straight away there and signalled towards referee Adam Williams that he needs some medical treatment. And with Jordan Burns already gone after the first stent of the game, if Whitehaven lose Ethan Bickerdike, it is a huge reshuffle for those in yellow this afternoon.
You know, that was so sporting from Jake Bradley. As soon as
straight away
he realised, didn't he, that something was wrong, and then it just allows people to get out there.
And it's something we've mentioned. Yeah, they're rivals, but they're also mates, and I think that is something that you don't see too much at the sort of Super League derby levels, do you? I think when you get it a bit more local, Ethan Bickerdike has to leave the field. Well, what a reshuffle this will be. I mean, we've mentioned about 5 players that could play full-back, Dave. I think we're more likely to see Cam Brown move there now, potentially Collins to half, Holgate out to 9. We'll soon wait and see, because Whitehaven are still down to 12 at the moment, but he has called a HIA as the Whitehaven physio. I haven't seen who's gone out there at the moment. He's shaking his head, he's Ethan Bickerdike, hopefully just with that. I can't see if anyone has gone out there at the moment. I think Whitehaven could be down to 12 at the moment. But Collins is in at dummy half, and now Chris Taylor will be looking to be the man to fetch it forward, just over his own 10 metres. And it will now be Ellis Nixon, I think, that looking to fetch this ball forward. Collins in at dummy half. Whitehaven in around their own 20 as Pearce finds contact. It's a 5 and last. Great defensive set from Workington on this occasion. Comes right into the hands of Jack Newbegin. Newbegin will look to get the kick away, and Holgate will be the man that goes out there. It is Cameron Brown that jumps in at fullback. Will it be Holgate to 6 or Collins to 6? We'll soon find out.
Galea meanwhile has carried Workington Town up near the halfway line, and a kick return, and it is Eccleston. Another strong carry. It's a great run down this left hand side. carries Workington 40 metres out from the line now. Phillips moves into dummy half. The passing field looking for Scola. These forwards certainly setting the standard so far for Workington in these early stages. The game is now 16 minutes in. Already Whiteaven struggling with HIAs as Bradley breaks down this left hand side. He's been in some tremendous form over these opening stages of the season, and he's stopped about 20 metres out from the line. He'll play it to Phillips. Phillips moves it infield to Carter. Carter runs across the field. Just releases it at the point, and it's out with Evans, who then gets it out to Atiga. Running chance for Atiga, but he's hauled down with 5 metres to go to the try line over on that far side of the pitch. Evans, those are dummy. Sergis on. He's just held short near the line, and it is the fifth and last, so it's going to be a turnover. They managed to scramble well there, did Whiteaven, and kept their line intact.
Just thinking ahead, if even Bickerdike can't return, does that mean Whiteaven can bring in Max Anderson-Moore? 2 failed HIAs? Yes, you're nodding your head at me, Dave. So that's good that Whiteaven might not be down to 15 players as of yet, but we'll soon see if Bickerdike can return. Jordan Thompson plays the ball. Jack Kellett was in of all men in at dummy half, and it is now Mason Lufway, the man to fetch the ball forward. So it looks like it could be Holgate that's moved into 6, with Luke Collins remaining in at 9. I thought it would have been the other way, but obviously I'm not the coach for Whiteaven out there. To be Connor Holliday, the man to fetch it forward now. Find themselves 25 away from their own line. Not the cleanest to play the balls, but Holliday will be now the man to run this ball forward. 33 metres away from their own line here, looking to come down this right hand side. Newbegin will look to get the early kick in, try and turn Galea is able to collect it on the full 18 metres away from his own line. He'll fetch it forward.
It was a better kick that from Newbegin, and Galea as a result controlled just outside his own 20 metre mark. Weir moves into dummy half. He'll send this ball right. Atiga, he'll try and run round them. He's got a bit of space in front of him. It's a good job that he was tracked down there. He was nearly away. 35 metres from his own line, plays it. It's a slow play the ball. This is Evans now. Carries it into the chest of Keller. 40 metres away from their own line here, Town. It's progress, and it's steady progress. But Whiteaven recovering in defence. Here's Scoley. Rolled on his back. It's an expectant crowd, this. Town up by 2 points to 0. Callum Phillips to his right. Little low kick coming in from Weir. In behind that man, Cameron Brown, who picks it up. Whiteaven stopped on their own 10 metre line and carried back by the Town defence.
Cameron Brown struggling there. 3 or 4 Town defenders on him, trying to force him back. And Whiteaven play this once again within their own 10 metres. And second tackle, Mitchell Todd still can't take over, just get over that 10 metre line. Collins finds himself in there at dummy half. Chris Taylor's come on from the edges to try and help his side forward here. Had that one season at Derwent Park last season, did Chris Taylor. Newbegin dives in at dummy half, just trying to get a roll on here at Whiteaven, and Newbegin's going to play this ball on their own 30. Jordan Thompson now in there at dummy half, and Thompson is met by 3 Town defenders, taken down just short of his own 40. It is the 5 and last. Collins will come right into the hands of Newbegin. Newbegin look to kick it downfield again. It'll be allowed to bounce, and it will bounce kindly for Whiteaven. They've turned Atiga. Weatherall's on the chase. Holgate's on the chase. Kellett's there as well.
Great run from Atiga though, carrying it out towards his own 20 metre line. He was surrounded then by yellow shirts and still managed to make progress. That's just what he's been doing out of backfield all the way through this season. It's another strong carry down the right hand side by Kane Barnes. Barnes, 30 metres out from his own line, plays it to Weir, who turns it to his left hand side looking for Eccleston. He'll win another penalty from his side. Thompson couldn't resist. He made himself as big as he could when he was running in there, Eccleston, and wins that 5th penalty, I think that is, for Workington.
5-1, and it really isn't in the favour of Whiteaven. It's just when they're trying to put any pressure on John Tigoli's side, they're not able to, because they're just releasing it either with that with a penalty.
Means that Workington will continue this attacking play, but we'll have a short delay because we've got 2 balls on the field.
Yet again, Whiteaven saying you can remove it.
Tap taken. Carter hands it on to Stevenson. Spins within the challenge. This will result in a quicker play of the ball. Collins all over him. Comes to this left hand side to Carter. Carter plays it short to Bradley. Wasn't the most convincing of passes down this left hand side, but he's managed to get towards that 20 metre mark. Now Phillips onto Stevenson to his right. He crashes his way through. He's 15 metres out from the try line, directly in front of the post. They'll send it to this left hand side. Carter just delayed his pass, Bradley was on the charge. Bradley's lost it. It's been picked up by Whiteaven. Ooh.
Town coming close. They're the ones that are putting the pressure on the Whiteaven try line here, but the error force there. And it'd be Whiteaven that need to attempt to clear the lines and try and get back in this contest, and they will do so as Chris Taylor plays his ball. As Jake Pearce is now the man to fetch it forward. Pearce brought down 23 metres away from his own line. Holgate in there at dummy half on this occasion. Now Jordan Thompson. Wrapped up, taken down. Put down onto his back, 30 metres out. Cam Brown will come in at full back, and Brown's nearly through there. Just taken down. It's the 5 and last. They've made it to their own 40 once more of Whiteaven. Newbegin once again to be the man to put the kick in. And Dave Eccleston will collect on the full, 23 metres away from his own line.
He does. He powers it forward as well into the centre of the ground. Rolled over on his back, but he's made it up to his own 40 metre line with the first carry. Substitution made for Whiteaven, with Turnbull going on, and straight away he's involved in the tackle on Carter. He was drifting towards this grandstand side. He'll play it about 5 metres in front of the touchline. A really quick one for Corkill. He'll make a few more metres here, eventually overwhelmed in the tackle. He'll be forced to play it just over the halfway line, probably about 10 metres further in field from where he took the ball. And now it's another good drive coming in from Stevenson. He's really set the tone so far in this first 22 minutes of the game. Town are up by 2 points to nil. They're still in possession. And Phillips sends it left. Kick comes in. It's a low one in towards the corner. It'll bounce, it'll trickle, and it goes into touch. Perfect game management, I think you can say, from Carter, forcing Whiteaven towards their own line again.
I think Cam Brown was urging for that just to go the other side of the dead ball line there, wasn't he? And hoping it to go dead and find a 7 tackle set and a tap 20. I do think we can confirm we won't see Jordan Burns returning this afternoon. Adam Turnbull went out there with the 1 for the interchange. They've already taken the 2 and put it to the other side, so that looks like Jordan Burns won't return this afternoon. Jay Weatherall is the man to fetch it forward. He'll play this ball 15 metres away from his own line. It's Holgate in there to dummy half as the rain gets heavier here at Derwent Park. Turnbull's the man to play the ball now. 20 metres out, finds Pearce, finds Newbegin. Newbegin will pop it up to Chris Taylor. Taylor's on his knees, taken down eventually. Holgate once more, sorry, Collins now finds Holgate. Holgate's nearly through there, brought down. 13 metres short of halfway. Centre field goes left into the hands of Kellett. Kellett will be the man to just stick his head through and take him down. 5 and last. Whiteaven made it up to just short of halfway. Into the hands now of Cam Brown. Brown will look to get the kick up, and it's going end over end.
Oh, he put some real height on that one. Galea under it on his own 20 metre line. Now he'll start the counter attack. Makes it to that 30. Looking for a quick play of the ball. Weir is in behind him. He keeps the movement going down the right hand side looking for Evans, and Evans manages to get his way towards his own 40 metre line. He'll now play it back to Weir. Referee says he wants that to be played again, and as a result it's all swaps because Phillips goes into dummy half. He links with Stevenson. He just skips and jumps at the defensive line. Turnbull brings him down, rolls him on his back. It'll be a slower play the ball with this one. Town are still leading by 2 points to nil as it comes across the Scully on the left, and Carter gets it out to Galea. Galea out to Corkill. That's a big carry from him. Big defence as well. He's being marched towards the touchline, but he stays within the field of play. Does the work into the centre, plays it back to Carter. Carter linking now with Bradley set himself for the big drive. Good second effort, gets an offload as well. A late one to Phillips. Phillips is half through, over the 30 metre line he goes. It's the 5th and last one as Galea finds Carter. Carter lofts this one. It's cross field as Weatherall got anywhere near that one. Atiga went for it. He's nudged it forward though, and it is going to be Whiteaven possession. They can thank their lucky stars.
We're quite happy, Jay Weatherall, not to go up for the challenge there with Levi Atiga. He was like, I'm not going up against him. I'm quite happy for him to land. Although I might be wrong, Jordan Burns isn't ruled out as of yet. As Brad Brennan comes on with the 2, he will replace Luke Collins. Who's playing where? Absolutely no idea, because that's a prop replacing a hooker. But Whiteaven will now look to fetch it forward, and they've lost it up on contact there as Mason Lufwaite. And you can, Connor Holliday is debating the fact with the man in the middle, but you've never seen a referee change his mind yet. It'll be scrum down, head and feet to Workington Town, 15 metres out.
You know what, that's reward for Workington, that the way that they have attacked from their defensive position. I think it's just been tremendous. They've showed a heck of a lot of energy, pushing forward, really putting numbers into the challenges. And at the moment, I know we're only talking 2-0, but I've just got the feeling Workington are controlling this one at the moment. They've got another chance to attack. Just for a second it looked like Guy Graham was going to get on, but he's been sent back to the bench just for the rest of this set. Scrum going to be fed. It's a centre field scrum that Weir is going to feed. Comes out of the base with Phillips. He passes to his left hand side. Carter dives into the middle, taken down by Turnbull. He's inside the 10 though as Phillips picks up. He drops it back over his shoulder. It's a great run coming in from Stevenson. Stevenson just well caught though, 5 metres away from the try line. Phillips looking left, looking right. Pops it to his left. A short run there is from Bradley. Bradley trying to spin his way over. There's a heck of a lot of yellow shirts there though. They've stopped his progress and he'll play it, but Phillips will try and get his way over himself. And he's pushed back within the field of play. Good defence from Whiteaven. Can they hold out? It's to this left hand side with Carter. He leads with Galea. Galea has nowhere to go again. It's some valiant defence on the try line, in particular from Turnbull. Last tackle signalled here. They've been knocking on the door here, Workington Town. Can they find a way through? Carter on the right with Weir. Weir taking on the line. Oh, and he's taken down on the last tackle. Good defence from Whiteaven. They held firm. And it's going to be some much needed possession there, Jordan.
Valiant Whiteaven defence, but I feel Town, they should have gone earlier. Should have gone the tackle before, spread the ball. They had the numbers, had Whiteaven entrenched on the defensive line, then should have spread the ball. But found some valiant Whiteaven defence, and they'll have to work hard now, however, to try and clear their lines. It'll be Mason Lufwit to play the ball, who now finds the recently introduced Brad Brennan. Even Biggerdyke will be okay to continue. He's okay down below us. I think we confirmed that means Jordan Burns won't be back out there this afternoon if even Bickerdyke's only coming out now. Aaron Turnbull is the man to fetch it forward. Holgate in there at dummy half. Holgate will scoot and go himself, and he's made 10, 11, 12 metres there as the former Waff Brown man.
Great run.
Newbegin now finds Cam Brown, and in and around halfway here to Whitehaven. It is the 5 and last. Centre field. Holgate in there at dummy half, comes right into the hands of Newbegin. Newbegin will look to kick it long, and Galea will have to collect this within his own 10 metres.
Yeah, collects it right on the 10 metre line, starts the attack forward, gets over that 20 before being met by those yellow shirts. Leading the way was Holiday with his defensive duty, so too Newbegin and Corkhill. Well, he's been in and out of the Town side so far this season as Rio Corkhill. Had a bit of a dodgy start last week against Rochdale with a couple of handling errors. So far, dare I say it, it's been pretty good, the handling from both sides in these wet conditions. Town up by 2-0 as Eccleston plays it. Carter picks up Graham. Graham is knocked on. I've done the commentator's curse there on Town.
Guy Graham, his first carry, and couldn't keep hold of the ball, could the Scottish international, and it's now Whitehaven. When was the last time they had possession in the Town half, Dave? Because I'm telling you what, it's been a long time in this game. Brad Brennan will now be the one to take it forward. They're 38 metres out. Holgate in there at dummy half and makes 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 metres. Does Ellison Holgate before being taken down. Centre field. Newbegin goes left into the hands of Jack Kellett. Kellett throws the dummy and looks to go himself. Does the former Hensington man.
Clever player.
11 metres out to the left hand side of the post. Look to go down that left hand short side. Ellis Nixon now will be taken down. 3-4 metres out. Going to go short once more. Finds Jack Kellett. Jack Kellett will try and get himself over. Town's defence are on top. Not quite in touch there. Is Jack Kellett, or is he? No, he just stays in the field of play. It's the 5 and last. Comes back into the hands of Brown. Brown with the crossfield kick. And it's going to be knocked on by Rio Corkhill. Into the hands of Adam Turnbull. We're going to have us come back for the scrum. Head and feed to Whitehaven. 10 metres out. And it should be in centre field, and Whitehaven will have an opportunity to knock on the door, and you can hear the Haven fans rise on that popular side.
What a great kick that was. I mean, that was a real challenging kick. Corkhill, he got so close to take it, and he juggled it 2 or 3 times and just put it down. It remains 2-0 in favour of Town, but for how long? Great set coming up for Whitehaven. It's a good position for them.
Even Bickerdyke will be going back out for Whitehaven in just a moment. It'll be Newbegin to feed the scrum. They'll come right into the hands of Cam Brown. Brown just stands up. Bradley and Carter, former Whiteaven alumni.
Good defence.
We'll wrap him up. Holgate in there at dummy half. They're 10 metres out. And it's Ethan Bickerdike will go out to replace Jake Pearce. So Bickerdike will drop back in at fullback. It's going to be another reshuffle out there for Whiteaven. Goes left into the hands of Brad Brennan. Brad Brennan! He's just going to be held up. Is the big man. Held up over the line means it'll come back to the 10 metres. And Whiteaven have an opportunity to try and knock on the door once more.
Sorry, I was going to say great communication there in defence from Town. You've got to really front up when you've got someone like Brennan running at you.
Goes left in from the play the ball in hands of Nixon. Nixon potentially taken high. No, just rolled a knock on, says referee Adam Williams.
I have to admit, I thought that should have been a penalty.
I thought it should have been a penalty, but I'm glad you said it before I did.
Yeah, I think they've got away with one there at Workington. Committed defence, both sides. And I'm sure that Town will be far more pleased of the sides to be able to keep their line intact. And we're 31 minutes into the game. Still 2-0 in favour of Workington Town.
There's plenty around us, Workington Town fans saying it was high. So it's nice to know it's not just us. We'll take that, but be scrum down head and feet to Workington.
Well, I know what I saw. Here comes Evans. Off the base of the scrum, picking up 3 or 4 metres beyond contact, still within his own 20 though. He'll play this to Atiga will run it down the right side, got a big handoff on that man Cam Brown. Bought him another couple of metres after the contact. Nice quick play of the ball. Now Barnes. Oh, but he's knocked on. It's been picked up here by Whiteaven. They're on the charge with Holgate. He's being marched towards the touchline.
Wow, we didn't have to tell you the ball had been lost. The popular side told you the ball had been lost. Whiteaven have ball in possession. Brad Brennan, the man to look to fetch it forward. It takes 4 Workington Town defenders to fetch him down. Holgate in there at dummy half. Now finds Jack Kellett. Kellett centre field, 17-18 metres out when he's brought down. Holgate will look to continue to come right into the hands now of Newbeggin. Newbeggin throws the dummy in. He's wrapped up, taken down, put down onto his back 11 metres out to the right hand side of the post in our grandstand position here at Derwent Park. Into the hands now of Kellett, who'll find Turnbull. Turnbull will try to twist out the tackle. 8 metres out now. Holgate, dummy half, comes down this short right hand side, looks for a little kicking behind, and that will be a penalty for offside. Whiteaven surely must go for 2, Dave.
Yeah, he's unfortunate there is Stevenson. He came up with a big hit before, but as he was the man who was at marker when the kick came in and rebounded,
it's just natural reactions.
He's naturally going to catch
it. Just naturally,
yeah,
he put his arms out
in front. So they are going to go for the 2 points, just as you predicted here, Jordan. So we potentially see this game all level in a couple of minutes. Now there has only been 5 draws between these two sides.
Oh, we're too early to be saying this, aren't we?
I know, but, I'm just saying it now. I might as well get it out.
Yeah, go on, get your stat out now. Yeah, we're too early.
He's got to kick it first though.
He has. Yeah, no, say that, but
to be fair, I mean, Jay Weatherill was one of the top goal kickers for Hensingham last season in the National Conference League, so I'm thinking it should be food and drink for him.
Don't say things like that. Commentators curse, Dave.
Well, I said it before. So I've done it against Town, so I might as well do it for Whiteaven.
As long as you're being neutral, and even that's fine. No problem at all. Jay Weatherill will be the man to attempt to slot over the 2 points from the penalty here and make it scores level here at Derwent Park with around about 6 or 7 minutes to half time, and he does Jay Weatherill. So it is now Workington Town 2, Whiteaven 2. Both sides, attack and defence, have looked good, Dave. Just some of them's done more than others.
You know what? I'm really enjoying this game. There's a real blood and thunder aspect to it, isn't there? And I just get the feeling over this last sort of 5 or 6 minutes, Town have come up with some mistakes that they weren't making a little bit earlier in the piece, and as a result, it's given Whiteaven a little bit of attacking opportunity. They've had the chance to equalise, and all of a sudden we're 2-2, and this game, there is nothing between these sides.
Absolutely nothing. It will be Carter to get the game back underway, and he does so, and it will be collected by Cameron Brown. Brown will now get the ball away to Aaron Turnbull, and the former Egremont man will fetch that ball forward. He's met by a chorus of Workington Town defenders. Comes into the hands now with Bickerdike. Ortke to continue. In at fullback, deputising at fullback since Whiteaven lost Jordan Burns in the first set of the contest. Brad Brennan will be the man to fetch it forward. Runs at Carter and Bradley. Takes 3 to fetch him down just short of his own 30. Lucas Castle and Jamie Doran getting ready to come on for Workington down below us. Kellett finds Turnbull. 33 metres away from their own line here at Whiteaven, pretty much in at centre field. Goes left into the hands of Brown. Brown finds Lufwaite. Lufwaite nearly through on that left hand side, taken down just over halfway. It is the 5 and last. Holgate will dive in at dummy half and come back to Cam Brown. Brown will put the kick end up over end, and Galee's going to have to come forward for it once more, but collects in the rain does the Maltese fullback.
Oh, comfortable take as well. He's been really watertight so far in these difficult conditions as Galea plays the ball and Carter ships it left looking for Eccleston. Those changes have been made, or certainly Castle has gone on. Doran is still prowling the touchline, waiting to get on, and he'll get his opportunity now as Galea goes forward yet again. In centre field, he'll play it about 45 metres from his own line. To the left it's moved to Carter. Carter shuffling his way through, getting to the 40. He's still working his way forward despite the attentions of about 4 Whiteaven players. Now there's 2 on him, and he'll stand and play it inside the 40 metre line. 1 pass to the right, and there's the first carry from Castle. Castle with a bit of second effort, charging forward to that 30 metre line. They've gone through the set of 6 though. Last tackle here, ball will go to the right hand side. Kick comes in from Weir. Oh, it's a hanging one, spinning end on end, and it's well taken by Bickerdike, but he's overwhelmed in defence.
Soon met there by Will Evans. I think a couple of Whiteaven players calling for Bickerdike being taken in the air. Touched by Will Evans before he'd found the fall. I don't think he had. And Jay Weatherall's now looking to try and get this ball forward. The Whiteaven players are shouting for something I couldn't quite see. My view was obstructed by the Workington Town defence. It's now Mitchell Todd, and this will be 3rd tackle, and it will just be, although he's going to be pushed back beyond the 10 metre line there. So Whiteaven doing it tough once again on this set. The Town defence on top. Ball gone backward. No, Rilder knock on. Connor Holliday.
You know what? They've earned that. They've earned that right of Workington Town. The line speed in those 3 tackles was absolutely tremendous. It was a pass wide that didn't need to be thrown, in my opinion.
I think they were just trying to find a gap to try and get some extra yards, weren't they, Dave? They'd struggled in that opening 2 or 3 tackles to find metres, and we need to spread the ball to try and get some meterage here. And
they've been caught in the washing machine, haven't they? Because there was so much stern defence in the middle of that field. You could see what they were trying to do, but the conditions, they're not really living up to it. It was always a risky play, and as a result, Workington Town will go on the attack from this scrum. Carter to feed this scrum in centre field. Doran to his right hand side to Weir. He finds Galea. Galea linking with Atiga still not scored a try yet for Town this season, but the ball comes back on the infield to Will Evans. That came off Weir first of all. Evans, he's rolled on his back 5 metres out from the line, over on that right hand side of the field, about 10 metres in from touch. Now Lucas Castle sets himself for the big drive. Oh, he stopped just shy of the line. He'll now play this to Jamie Duran. Duran steps back, turns it right. Weir, not a lot of space down there, works his way into a little opening just for a second, and then Jack Kellett tickled his ribs with the tackle, and they're 5 metres away from the line yet again here at Workington Town. Still with tackles in the bag. Here's Doran going for the line. He's caught as well.
Jake Bradley screaming for the ball on this left hand side.
It needs to come wide. It needs to come down this left side. Now it is. Castle linking with Carter. Carter stops. He goes back down the right hand side as well.
Whiteaven calling for crossing or a potential obstruction.
Oh, he'll take the tackle. They've wasted 2 or 3 tackles down here, but it's the last one, and it comes left to Weir. Weir drops it on the toe. It's a decent kick. Oh, he spilled inside the in-goal area. Whiteaven have sent it dead, but there will be a penalty because there was 2 or 3 players on that chase team from Workington who were in front of Don Weir when he put the kick in.
That's all I can say, Dave. Whiteaven lucky on that one, but Town should have shifted it left 2 or 3 plays earlier, Dave. Jake Bradley was screaming for it. They could practically hear him at the recreation ground, how loud he was screaming for the ball to come down this left-hand edge.
They've done this 2 or 3 times, haven't they? They've got themselves in really good position and then almost lacked the conviction to take it wide, and instead just thought, well, we'll go there again and go there again and go there again.
They're just trying to go with, maybe they feel like a tiring Whiteaven middle pack, obviously with the shuffles and reshuffles that have been sort of out there, but maybe so. But it'd be Mitchell Todd Following that penalty, he'll collect the ball. It will be pass it to Chris Taylor, who'll take the tap. Newbegin now finds Aaron Turnbull.
Oh, big hit, Castle.
He's up for this one, is Lucas Castle against his former side. Turnbull will look to play the ball. Holgate will scoop from dummy half. And he'll make 6-7 metres, and there'll be a penalty for the high tackle. After the couple of tackles we've seen out there this afternoon, I thought that's a rather soft one, I'll be completely honest, Dave.
You know what though, Holgate is so clever around dummy half, isn't he? He's so quick, and I mean he's been doing this for a number of seasons now for Whopper Hornets. He was doing it for the England Community Lions through a couple of the age groups, and he's just a really good player, and he can just pick out an opportunity.
Absolutely. Whiteaven didn't make too much distance on that penalty kick, so Chris Taylor will take the tap 40 metres away from the town line, and Brad Brennan, he'll be the man who makes 10 metres, but put down onto his back. Bradley, Doran and Carter all involved in the tackle. Connor Holliday is now looking to make up for that error that forced a scrum a few minutes ago. 21 metres out into the middle now with Kellett. Kellett out the back to Brown. Brown now finds Biggerdike. Biggerdike once, twice with the dummy, but Mason Lewthwaite had just overran him slightly, so has to keep hold of it. Does Biggerdike, being pushed back 3 or 4 metres. Probably gives Whitehaven a little bit more room to work in. I don't think he'll be too bothered about that. Holgate up, scoop from dummy half. And he'll be brought down, put down onto his back, 3 metres out. Is Holgate to be Weatherall that has to dive in at dummy half. Will he go left? Will he go right? He'll go left, looking for Mason Lewthwaite. Pass was too much on that, and Lewthwaite couldn't collect. We'll come back for the scrum on the 10 metres.
You know, that was really good defence on that right hand side for Workington Town. They got in the faces there of Lewthwaite. You could argue that the pass was just a fraction off where it needed to be, but ultimately, you know, Town have survived again.
And fair play to them, because they haven't been put in that position all too often this afternoon, have they, Dave?
No,
but when they have, they've coped up well, they've stood up well, and so that'll. No, I mean both coaches I think will be happy with their defensive efforts.
You know what? This is an outstanding game. There's so much meaning, so much passion. 2 points each, and Workington Town in possession. And here's a Tiger, and you feel it's going to be something special that'll separate these sides at full time. But as I speak,
get a penalty
to the touchline. The hooter goes. There will be a penalty the way of Workington. They have one last play. What do you do with this one?
Jay Weatherall being accused of dragging a la that State of Origin game. Was it Gordon Tallis on Brett Hodgson all them years ago? That's what it looked similar to.
I like how that's your first thing that you think of there. A State of Origin.
State of Origin,
I like it.
Yeah. Rivals. It's what comes to mind.
So one last play at the end of this first half.
Oh, he's just taking himself.
Will Evans will just take the tackle. He'll get rolled over on his back. Hang on. The hooter did go. We are playing on here. And we do have another drive through Guy Graham. He'll make it to the halfway line.
He shouldn't have done.
They shouldn't have had that opportunity.
Could you imagine the outroaring if something had come from that? Could you imagine?
I would have
get the game back underway in just a second. Boot comes from Carter. Be Whitehaven to collect through Cameron Brown, and he'll find Aaron Turnbull. Turnbull will be the man to run this ball forward. He's met and brought down 15 metres away from his own line. Brown will dive in at dummy half. Biggerdike showing no ill effects of having to go in for that HIA in the first half, and we wrapped up and brought down 20 metres away from his own line. Holgate in there at dummy half will come across towards Jack Kellett.
Good hit.
Kellett finds his front 22-23 metres out. Holgate in at dummy half, find Brad Brennan. He'll make his usual 10 metres plus there, Will Brennan, for being stopped 15 short of halfway. Goes right into the hands of Newbegin. Newbegin then finds Connor Holliday, and Holliday will be put down onto his front. 5 short of halfway. It is the 5 and last. Come towards the middle now with Newbegin. Newbegin just had to step and get that kick away, but Galea should have no issues in collecting that, and he doesn't.
He's right underneath it again. He's been really, really good. I want to give a quick shout out here to Aaron Turnbull. I think he's been excellent since going onto the field for Whitehaven. Town bringing the ball forward through Eccleston. He's overwhelmed there. And Turnbull, one of 2 players to join the fray there. Brennan, the other tackler. Now Corkhill running off the back of that, but there's no real momentum gained. Really good line speed as far as Whitehaven are concerned. Still 2 points each at the start of this second half as Castle just gets beyond his own 40 metre line, but they've done 3 tackles here and only gone 15 metres down the ground, and just a couple of extra metres there from Jamie Doran, so they're going to have to kick from inside their own half the field. And Carter He'll put a little bit of distance on it. Bickerdike underneath it comfortably, 12 metres from his own line.
Didn't do that an awful lot in the first half. The Workington Town kicking from their own half. Bickerdike done well to collect it. Had to go down to one knee to collect it, which slowed his go forward initially. He's wrapped up 21-22 metres away from his own line. Holgate will find Mitchell Todd, who comes in off the wing to try and help his side go forward here. He's brought down 2 metres short of his own 30. Brennan has the dummy runner before finding Chris Taylor. Taylor put down onto his back. 16-17 metres out. Holgate will find Brad Brennan. Brennan will be wrapped up, brought down through three Workington Town defenders involved, put him onto his back, 8 short of halfway. Holgate goes right to Newbegging. Newbegging will look to go the early kick. It won't be a 40-20, but Galea is trying to keep it in the field of play. I think he thought that was a 40-20.
Yeah,
so he was trying to keep it in the field of play. There was Adam Galea. Great work because he fought that, but he didn't need to.
Yeah, he nudged it back, didn't he, did Galea, but managed to recover, but he'll play it inside his own 10. Really good chase from Newbegging in particular, who's thrown himself into the last 2 tackles, and Atiga is just 15 metres from his own line. It's tough going out there. We've been saying that all the way through, to be honest, as Eccleston is controlled and sent back towards his own 20 metre line. Doran onto Atiga. I do like how these outside backs, they really do help out the pack, and Atiga will play it on his own 30 metre line. It's an early kick as well from Jamie Doran. It's a great kick as well. It'll bounce, it'll bobble, it'll trickle in behind Wetherill all the way back to his own line. That's not going to go dead either.
Yeah. Oh!
Reactionary tackle from Stevenson. He's going to get pulled.
He could get. No, I think he's just said you're probably walking on your tightest of tight ropes there. He's Jack Stevenson.
Reactionary.
Yeah, Jay Wetherill was dreaming of that ball going dead. He was watching it, and he just held up. Fantastic kick it ended up being, because he had to fetch it forward, but then all that hard work and clever work done by Zadin Galea undone by the reactionary high tackle from Jack Stevenson. So it means Whiteaven get their first penalty of the second half, and it'll be Wetherill who collects the ball, passes inside to Mason Lufwit. He'll take the tap 30 metres away from their own line. Couple of pairs of hands before finding Jack Kellett, the loose forward, and he'll play this ball pretty much at centre field. Ooh. Brennan had to go and turn back there for that ball. He's trying to get his arm free for the offload. They're trying to push him towards the touchline. Not many do that to Brad Brennan, but he's been taken down there.
Well marshalled, wasn't he?
So Holgate will be in there at dummy half. We'll come across then to Newbegging. Newbegging just pops it up to Aaron Turnbull. Twist out to 1, twist out to 2. Can't twist out to the third, can Aaron Turnbull, but once again, impressive in bretching the ball forward is the former Egremont man. Comes left into the hands of Kellett. Kellett was dummying and then took the line on himself. Over halfway here at Whitehaven. Still a couple of tackles at least left in the bank before finding Turnbull. That is the 5 and last. 40 metres out in at centre field. Holgate will have options left and right. Will come left into the hands of Cam Brown. Brown will get the kick away, and that is going to be too deep. Wetherill tried to keep it in the field of play, but it is out on the full, and it'll be Town playing this ball. Just 10 short of halfway, Dave.
Fair play to Jay Wetherill, though. He never gave up on that, did he? I mean, it was an awful kick, to be honest.
It wasn't the best.
It wasn't very good at all, and it's ended up turning over the ball. Probably not where Whitehaven would have wanted to. Workington won't mind. They're on their own 40 metre line as Doran picks up out of dummy half. One pass to his right to pick up Evans. He picked up 5 metres of his own, taking on Brennan. Fairly quick play of the ball. Now Stevenson, been the pick of the pack, in my opinion, of Town's efforts so far this afternoon. Over the halfway line he goes, plays it to Doran across to Carter on the left hand side to Weir keeps it moving out to Bradley.
They're really adverse to shifting the ball, aren't they? They have an opportunity with a man extra there, did Workington, and didn't want to take it. They just come back towards the middle instead. 6 again in favour of Workington.
That'll certainly help for the proceedings. Castle sets himself for a big drive, gets it towards the 20 metre line. Nice bit of attacking position here for Workington Town. Can they make the most of it? Doran checking left and right, popping it to the right hand side to Guy Graham, and the Scotland international gets to the 10, offloads the ball. It's there, there's a knock on. He just was a scruffy little movement. It seemed to go backwards in my opinion, but we saw one in the first half which went the way of Town, and that's going the way of Whiteaven, that one. But some valiant defence in the middle of that field yet again.
Absolutely fantastic defence from Whiteaven, but Graham still able to get that arm free for an offload, and he struggled. He's tried to get the ball away a couple of times this afternoon and hasn't been able to, as the former Whitehaven man and of course the Scottish international. So it'll be scrum down, head and feet to Whitehaven, 10 metres out centre field. How long gone in the second half, Dave?
We are almost 7 minutes into the second half, still no change to the scoreboard.
So Chris Taylor will fetch the ball forward, receiving the ball from the base of the scrum. He'll be wrapped up 15 metres out. Holgate in there at dummy half, and it's now Mitchell Todd, the winger, off his wide berth to try and fetch his side forward here. He'll play 20 metres away from his own line. Holgate will then find Brad Brennan. Gets his legs taken from under him, does Brennan, by Guy Graham, looking to recoup and make up for his error there. Goes right into the hands of Kellett. Kellett's going to be taken down. Combination of Jamie Doran and Jack Stevenson. Holgate will look to scoot from dummy half before making 11-12 metres. 8 metres short of halfway. It is now the 5 and last, and get the kick away with Newbegin. Yet again, he'll be right down the front to Zadin Galea, although he has to go to his knee to take it.
Yeah, another comfortable take from whoever, but another comfortable tackle from Turnbull in the middle. Again, following up on his efforts there, Turnbull. But Town coming forward now through Eccleston. The appeals come for the penalty, but nothing's forthcoming. He'll play this 30 metres from his own line. Corkill follows up. Oh, great defence from Whitehaven. 2 into the stop. It'll be a slower play the ball too. Doran's looking round, pops it to his right hand side to Atiga. Atiga will get some secondary purchase, gets beyond that 40 metre line. Doran controlling things. Galea shuffling off down this right hand side. The link play comes into Weir. Weir's taking on the line. Weir half through, offloads to Galea. Galea in centre field. He offloads it.
Should have got himself.
If the Maltese international had tucked it under his arm, there was acres of space to exploit, and he didn't.
Should have gone himself, Dave. Zadin Galea was in. He was in if he'd went himself, but elected to be the team man and looked to put Jay Carter away. I don't think Carter was expecting it. He was expecting to be a dummy runner. But Town, that is the first real opportunity of this second half, and Town not able to take advantage. Scrum down, head and feet to Haven.
I really like that play though. I like the positivity in it, but you know, as you mentioned, he was trying to be Mr. Team Man, wasn't he? And that was the time for him to tuck the ball under his wing.
You need to be a bit selfish as a fullback at times, and he wasn't there with Zadin Galea, as Chris Taylor will be the man to fetch the ball forward from the scrum. 11 metres away from the scrum, so 31 metres away from his own try line as he plays this ball into the hands now of Aaron Turnbull, and continues to get through a mountain of work. 15 short of halfway as Holgate was in there at dummy half. Will then find Mitchell Todd. Callum Fowler getting ready to be introduced for his first introduction of the afternoon. Goes right. Using the best pass. It comes off the legs of Turnbull and he just has to dive on it. So Whitehaven essentially waste a tackle there. Still a couple of tackles left in the bank. Goes right once more. It's in Newbegin. Newbegin tries to push off Jake Bradley and takes 3 to fetch him down. It is the 5 and last. Still short of halfway. Only 4 to 5 metres in from that popular side touchline, and Jack Newbegin struggling to get up and play the ball here. Chris Taylor looked to come down the short side and put the kick in from dummy half. All fairness, it's not the bad option. It's come off the hands of Zadin Galea, and he'll collect it on the try line.
He does. He collects it on the try line. Links with Atiga with a running opportunity. Half gets through the defence, but Lee Spate manages to catch him on the 20 metre line. There's a bit of a second effort going in there, and Nixon has been penalised, so it's another penalty the way of Workington Town, and another chance for them to get themselves forward without having to do too much work.
Couldn't see an awful lot. The girder was in my way, but you heard the shout straight away for you, and you mentioned Dave for the second effort. So Whitehaven, like I say, a bit guilty of that at times, just lying on a little bit too much in defence, and they've been punished for it.
Evans will look to tap this ball, but we do have 2 balls on the field yet again. Sort of a dispatch towards the touchline. Evans will turn and tap, carries it to that halfway line, met by Holgate. Good tackle from him, right around the ball, so it meant there was no chance of an offload. It'll make this play the ball a little bit scruffy. Doran picks it up, referee waves play on. It's back with Weir now. Weir stepping round, looking for an option, only found 6 foot plus players in front of him who brought him down. only making 5 or 6 metres. Now playing the ball down the left hand side. Carter just ducked the shoulder for a second. Well caught, however, by Whiteaven and by Connor Holliday. 30 metres out from the line, Workington working the ball back for Guy Graham. Nice little bit of interplay between him and Doran in the dummy half. He'll bring it to this right hand side, takes on the line himself. He's got Farah for company. He's managed to get away. He's got away from the defence. He's 5 metres out, he's 3 metres out. He's eventually wrestled to the deck. All the way to
6 again.
6 again. It comes to the left hand side. They can set themselves for the drive, which they do. Castle big and strong near the try line. Stop just in front of the post. Doran to his right hand side to Weir. A real rush defence on him, but Weir pops it over the top to Atiga from the corner. It's a great try for Atiga. Such strength from the man. Held 2 players off in the end and forces the ball down. Town now lead by 6 points to 2, and that first try of the game comes 52 and a half minutes in.
Whitehaven, their own worst enemies, Dave, their own worst enemies. They've kept giving away them penalties, they've kept giving away them 6 agains, back-to-back 6 agains in defensive sets, but let's not take that away from the fantastic finish from Levi Atiga, able to hold off the Whitehaven defence. The fantastic finish in this right-hand side corner. It's the first try of the afternoon here at Workington, and it goes to the home side.
I tell you what, there was a real money ball as well, which came the way from Dom Weir. He's been impressive. He's been finding little gaps in behind the defensive line, really stepping up to the semi-pro ranks now. Has had a long while playing in the National Conference League with Kells. Toured with the English Community Lions last season, at the end of last season, and he's got a try assist to his name. But that was such a strong finish from Atiga. He was surrounded by yellow shirts and was still able to dot the ball down in the corner. It sets up a really difficult conversion attempt for Carter, but it's currently 6 points to 2 in favour of Workington Town.
Jordan Thompson and Jake Pearce reintroduced. Brad Brennan and Aaron Turnbull will be the men that have left the field. They'll come at this left-footed with Jake Carter.
Just for a second that looked like it was on target, then it drifts to the right hand side of the post as that conversion attempt from Carter. Scoreline remains 6 points to 2 in favour of Workington Town here at Derwent Park.
Anthony Murray will be getting the message out there. We can see him, he's in line with us as he's talking into his radio, his walkie-talkie. He'll be wanting the message out there. We've got to stop giving away these penalties. We've got to stop giving away these 6 agains. Workington Town do not need any introduction into your own half, and Whitehaven have done it far too much this afternoon.
Out of interest, Jordan, what do you make this penalty count as? I think I've got it
7-6.
I've got it a little bit lower than that, but I do take it.
7-6 I back it.
Okay, no problem. But Workington back in possession. There's the try scorer Atiga running the ball back. Fearless run as well from the winger, really making a name for himself at Workington. He'll play on his own 20 metre line to Jamie Doran, who hands on to Farah. Found out his nickname is Beans, and I still don't know why.
Beano.
Yeah.
I've known him from sort of school age. He was in my brother's yard at school, so he's been called it since a kid.
Yeah, Castle up to his 30 metre line. He'll play it. Doran ships the ball off left to Carter. He plays out at the back to Galea full of running, full of opportunity, offloads as well. Corkhill managed to take the ball in, didn't find much further ground in front of him, but they've managed to reset themselves here of Workington, and they'll go towards halfway through Castle. Wrestled down, they've run through the set of 6. After points, not a bad set. Wonder if they can follow up with a good kick. It's gone the way of Carter on the left. He's hoisted this one. Give it some length, he's give it some height, and it's a simple take for Bickerdike.
Bickerdike will be the man to fetch it forward after collecting it 10 metres away from his own line. He's nearly through there, is Ethan Bickerdike. Brought down by a combination of Kane Barnes and Will Evans. 25 metres out. Weatherall's in there at dummy half and then found Mason Lufwaite. Lufwaite tries to twist his way out to the tackle, but he's brought down 30 metres away from his own line. Holgate in there at dummy half. We'll go, they'll find Mitchell Todd, and Todd makes 8-9 metres before being brought down.
Good run that.
Holgate once more in at dummy half, goes right, finds Newbegging pops it up to Chris Taylor, and Taylor will be taken down by Jake Bradley.
Brilliant tackle that on Taylor.
Comes back into the hands now of Jake Pearce, and the potential for a high tackle will be a high tackle after that great effort previously from Jake Bradley. He's then caught Jake Pearce high. He's not happy with the decision there. He's Jake Bradley, but it will be a penalty to Whitehaven and an opportunity to try and get it as deep as they can and start knocking on this Workington Town try line.
It was definitely a penalty. I don't know what he's complaining about, to be honest there. He's caught him just right, and it is a penalty. So some concern being shown for the Whitehaven player who's down as a result of that.
It's Jake Pearce, the man that's down. He's just having a word with a couple of Town players there. He's man in the middle, Adam Williams. Is he having a word with his touch judge? His other touch judge is coming across. I don't think there's too much in this. I don't think we should see anything on the back of it, Dave. I don't think it was that bad of a challenge, but he is just seeking some treatment, and Jake Pearce has to leave the field. That'll be third HIA.
They're running through the horrors with these HIAs, aren't they?
Really are.
In this game.
So maybe was it a little bit more in it than what we could see from here. He still hasn't called anyone out as Adam Williams, but he's only just obviously recently been put back onto the field, has Jake Pearce only a few minutes ago. So obviously he's going to have to leave the field, and Whitehaven will have to put another body out there.
Meanwhile, in this stoppage, Stevenson has gone back out there for Workington Town.
Brad Brennan will be the man that's going to be reintroduced to replace Jake Pearce. I think there might be a little bit of a cut or something on there. He's standing with his touch judges, Adam Williams, which tells me there might be a little bit more in this, Dave. And I didn't think there should be, but I think there might be a little bit more in this.
There's been a couple of reactionary type tackles. That was my sort of feeling regarding that. But obviously, like you said, Jordan, when officials are standing together, it usually means there's a little bit more and a little bit more to be said.
He's just, I think, calling out the captains once again by the looks of it. Connor Holliday and Jamie Doran's there. Jake Bradley, I don't think he's being called forward. So it looks like, yeah, potentially, I think just seeing Jake Pearce across his nose or something like that. So it's been put on report. And I'll tell you now, that camera, it's not going to see anything on the video. The camera's behind it. You're not going to see anything.
Yeah, if anything, we had the better view of it on this side of the
absolutely.
field.
Absolutely. It's been given as a high tackle, but the on report, you'll see nothing. But it means Cameron Brown will kick this ball into touch. He's made 20 metres, means Whitehaven will start this 30 metres out from the Town line. And yet again, the old, well, we've got to wait till the ball is cleared. Town do a little bit more quickly than Whitehaven's done in previous sets. Now means Jordan Thompson will be the man to fetch this ball forward. He's put down onto his back. He's the former Hensingen man. 25-26 metres out, comes across now into the hands of Brennan, back onto the field after the short break to replace Pearce there with the HIA. He'll play this 17 metres out. Holgate will now find Newbegin out the back to Brown. Brown steps and tries to come back from where the play had come from, but slipped and then has then been taken down. 13 metres out, Whitehaven in line with the right hand side post. Holgate will scoot from dummy half. He's lost the ball there, has Ellison Holgate. Had it in one hand and couldn't keep hold of it. It'll be scrummed down head and feet to the home side, 10 metres away from their own try line.
I thought it was really good marker play as well from Town as well. They managed to close that gap. Holgate does tend to sort of like pick up and go really quickly out of that position. So it still remains 6 points to 2 in favour of Workington Town, who will look to play this scrum.
Fantastic. Pride's been nicked.
That's one of the strangest announcements I think I've ever heard in the background there. Town in possession from the back of the scrum. Will Evans taking on Keller. Makes 5 or 6 metres.
Only in the West Cumbrian derby, Dave.
Now a Tiger drifts off to this right side. Being marched towards the touchline, does well, plays the ball quickly. Doran with a bit of space in front of him, links with Eccleston. That was a fearless run. Strong defence as well. Stern stuff in the middle of that field as far as Whitehaven are concerned. And Town bringing it down the right hand side with Stevenson. Stevenson finds the going tough as well. I think that rain seems to have abated for a minute. Now Farrer.
Max Anderson moving, he's warming up. I think that is the end of Jake Pearce's afternoon.
Please report to the players' tunnel.
So it's going to be played just inside the Town half. Last tackle. Carter gets his kick away. Really hurled the left boot there. It's high, it's hanging, it's well taken.
Collected by Ethan Bickerdike. I think we're about to see the 18th man activated here. If Max Anderson Moore is getting an opportunity to warm up. But we'll soon wait and see. Bickerdike plays the ball. Mitchell Todd, just a reminder, Workington 6, Whitehaven 2 in wet conditions, although I think the rain has just eased compared to what it has been in the last few minutes here at Derwent Park. Holgate's trying to scoot from dummy half, but he's wrapped up by 3 Workington Town defenders. Comes left into the hands of Thompson. He'll then find Brad Brennan, and Brennan will take his way forward. That's definitely something there that Guy Graham has tried to do a few times. He's taken the legs there of Brennan, and then it's going to be...
Well, Brennan's complained to the match official. You can't afford to give that away. That is a gimme penalty any day of the week to work.
Straight away, the experienced hands out there have put to say we're going to go for 2.
I know he's frustrated, and obviously there's possibly something in it. You've picked it out. This is a couple of times when Guy Graham's gone in and he's taken his legs from underneath him. But even so, you're kind of looking at it, and you can't go talking back to the match official. So as a result, it's going to be a penalty to Workington Town. Straight away, Carter has pointed at the post. He'll look to add this penalty. We've got 62 minutes on the board.
62 minutes gone here at Derwent Park. And like you say, yeah, he may be frustrated. I said it's definitely something that Town have obviously targeted. I mean, he's a big man, he can't go without his legs. Yeah. They've had that 2 on top, and straight away they're coming down. So he's sort of sliding into the tackle, isn't he, Guy Graham, to try and take the legs of Brad Brennan. And he's not happy with the attitude he's receiving, but also our man in the middle's not happy with the attitude he got from Brad Brennan.
Yeah, you can't argue with the match officials. Straight on, you can't argue. As Carter sends this goalward, the flags are raised. The lead has been extended to 8 points to 2. Carter with that penalty. Well, we've seen 3 penalties and a try in this game. And Workington Town lead by 8 points to 2. Hope you're enjoying coverage online this afternoon via BBC Radio Cumbria Sport and online on the BBC Sports app and the BBC Sports website.
Got a stoppage, just waiting for the ball out there is Ethan Bickerdike, but this could be. It's going to be what we're into the final quarter of the game now, and Whiteaven need to switch it around if they're going to try and get anything from this game here against their West Cumbrian neighbours and rivals.
That restart was sent really long. Galea was under it. Now Farah to bring it back. Great run from Farah. He spun within the challenge. Second effort gets him towards that 20 metre line, and he'll now look to play this to Jamie Durand. Durand just popping the ball up to Castle. They tackle around the ball area, which means that the offload isn't there. But if I'm Castle, I wanted to keep hold of this ball, and if I'm Town, I wanted to just get as far downfield as I can. Guy Graham to his own 30 metre line, and just a little bit beyond plays it. Doran to his left hand side. Carter plays it off. Good strong running from Bradley. Really, they pick up the metres there. Did Jake Bradley, still inside his own half. Doran will go down the left. It's a great run from Doran. Now he slipped the net again, goes again in the middle, he's rolling back the years. Great run from him. Puts Town really on the offensive, 32 metres from the try line. Last tackle signalled, the kicking from a decent position. Carter puts plenty of height on it. Wetherill comes for it. Great take from him.
Yet again, he's expecting the contact in the air. There was Jay Wetherill, and it just didn't come. He was wrapped up just short of his own 20, and I'll be Ethan Bickerdike, the man to try and fetch this forward, but he's brought it down just over his own 20 in its centre field. It's now in the hands of Jordan Thompson as Luke Collins is out there to replace Jack Kellett. Thompson plays the ball. Holgate goes right into the hands then of Chris Taylor. Taylor will be the man that's going to be taken down eventually. 10 short of halfway here for Whiteaven. Collins in at dummy half. Into the hands now of Holgate. Holgate's going to try and find a gap, but he's taken down. 5 and last on halfway into the hands then of Newbegin. Newbegin will look to kick long. It's right down the throat once again of Zadin Galea.
More perfect positioning from Galea, and he had a free 10 metres to run into and makes 15 on the kick return in centre field. He'll look to stand and play this, and the ball shuffled to the right hand side. Carter gets rid of it quickly to Atiga. Atiga almost getting through that hit from Luthwaite, but he plays that ball still inside his own 40. Carter steps out of it. Carter goes it alone. Good yards, and he gets the offload going to Evans. I'm not sure how much Evans was expecting. He didn't make that many more metres forward. Now it's into the middle with Eccleston. Good yards. I'm really liking the way that as this game has gone on, this back line for Workington has all done their job and chipped in. It's allowed guys like Guy Graham to run forward and win penalties. Holiday riding high with the challenge. if I'm Workington, I'm going for points again.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Anytime you get an opportunity now, you've just got to extend it. It means Whitehaven get more and obviously further and further behind in this game. And yet again in this second half, Dave, they haven't troubled the town try line all that often. So yeah, they definitely feel like an opportunity is there to take the two and attempt to extend the lead beyond the scoreline it is at the minute.
66 minutes of the game gone now.
Cam Brown needing some attention there from the Whitehaven physio, just with a bit of cramp it seems. He won't have played on too many fields, mind you, playing down in Cornwall for the last few seasons. They do get a bit of rain right by the sea, so
yeah, to be fair, that pitch did have a history of kind of like being heavy going at times, didn't it?
It certainly did. Having another conversation here are the two officials.
I don't think they were too impressed with the way that players piled in again.
No. I don't.
Brennan seems to have been having his own little battle with the referee ever since having that decision go against him earlier on. Referee picking him out to have a word.
No, I think it's just the captain's being called out once more, Jamie Doran and Connor Holliday. So no one going, but felt like he needed to have a word with Brad Brennan there, did Adam Williams. But yeah, he's not liking the way everyone's running in, and I understand the way he's doing it. Is it going on report potentially? No, it doesn't look like. I think it's just like you said that I've spoken to you enough now. Anyone else, I'm just going to have to send them.
Yeah. 30 metres away from the posts, and as perhaps expected, Carter says, "We'll take the shot, please, sir." So currently 8 points to 2 in favour of Workington Town. Could we be seeing a fourth penalty go over the posts?
It's been the conditions for it, hasn't it, Dave?
It's
obviously
yeah.
And I've seen heavier. I've seen a lot heavier here at Derwent Park, but it's just been persistent, hasn't it? It hasn't really let off. There's been a little bit of time where it's eased off, but then it's come back on again. It hasn't been too heavy.
You know what? You'll get some people and they'll call games like this, but I really appreciate the fact that there's so much effort out there that both sides, they're more reliant on the kicking, aren't they? As Carter steps up, it's between the posts. 10 points to 2 in favour of Workington Town. They won't mind at all. Listen, there's many ways to win a rugby league game. This is just one of them at the moment that Workington are showing.
It's the chosen one in the other court, isn't it? Go for those penalties anytime you're within 40, 45 metres or anything like that. It's let's go for goal. So yeah, obviously Town taking that option this afternoon and just increasing the scoreline that Whiteaven need to attempt to get back.
Oh, that's been headed towards the touchline. It's in touch on the full. Oh, he's got way too much of that from the restart as the Whiteaven man, and it gives another penalty the way of Workington Town on the halfway line. 11 minutes remaining in this game. 10 points to 2 the visitors trail. But they've been guilty of this on, in my opinion, so many occasions, Whiteaven, where they've gifted Workington Town field position, haven't they?
Done it too many times this afternoon, Dave. Far too many occasions, whether it's the holding down, the six agains, or anything like that. And that's something Anthony Murray will be really disappointed from his side so far this afternoon.
So Stevenson carries the ball in almost to the 20-metre line. It's good defence from Whiteaven. I seem to have said that an awful lot over the course of this game. There has been some brilliant defence, to be fair. Farrer tries to burst through the front door. Again, stopped by Thompson. Thompson pushing him back. Doing a good job as well, Thompson. Still on that 30-metre line. Graham. Oh, he really had to take that ball in. It was a tough carry from him. Now Doran picks it up, scoots out to dummy half.
Lucky not to give a penalty there was Guy Graham. He pushed Luke Collins in at market.
We play on 12 metres away from the try line here. Ball switched to the left hand side. Carter plays it off to Bradley. Bradley holding defenders at bay. There's 4 of them on him. They'll force him back.
Town score here, Dave. You feel like it's all over going into the final 10 minutes.
Last tackle. Ball comes to the right. Carter onto Doran. Doran, clever little kick through. Stevenson's after it. It bounces up in favour of Bickerdike. Stevenson throws him back almost to the in-goal area, but Whiteaven in possession, just a metre out from their own line. Jeez, These are tough carries in this position. Lewthwaite all held and pushed back towards his own line.
Whitehaven got to do the tough hard yards here. Lewthwaite is literally on his line. Town have got to be sure they're not going to get pinned for offside for wanting to get up to that Whitehaven attacking line as quick as they can. The third tackle, and Whitehaven are less than 5 metres away from the line. It's now Jordan Thompson, and Thompson slips. It's the fourth tackle. They're not beyond their own 10.
This is a magnificent defensive set from Workington Town.
Ethan Bickerdike now gets up and fetches the ball forward. It's the 5 and last, and Whitehaven are 12 metres away from their own line. Goes right into the hands of Newbegin. It'll be down the middle of the field.
Not a bad kick given the circumstances.
Calling Newbegin being taken late there to Whitehaven, but referee plays on.
Galea puts the ball wide to Evans. Running chance for him. Takes on Wetherill. Half gets past him. Eventually he'll go again with Evans, but the referee says you'll have to get back and play it. He's lucky not to concede a penalty there, to be honest. He's Will Evans, but he'll play this ball to Weir, 30 metres away from the try line. Atiga goes on a little foray forward himself, finds himself dumped. It's another poor penalty for Whitehaven to give away. They just didn't control that particular tackle. They tipped him. There wasn't a lot in it, to be honest, from Holgate, but again, these are the sort of penalties that coaches will go absolutely mad about, aren't they?
Absolutely, Dave. Yeah, the ones that they do go mental about. And Whitehaven, I've said it a few times this afternoon, Dave, they've been their own worst enemy in terms of the penalties and the sort of opportunities they've given here to Workington Town. I don't even think they're going to go for 2.
No, we've got about 7 minutes remaining. They could just sit down here for a minute, knock a minute off the clock. They're going to tap it. Jamie Doran looked to kick it and then said tapped it instead, so he'll tap it and turn it to Farrer. Farrer with the surge right at the chest of Brennan, 12 metres away from the line. Workington Town. Doran will pick up. He'll go to Weir on the left. Oh no, I was going to say he looked shaped like he was going to pass, then took the defence on himself. I bought the dummy, I don't know about anybody else. 12 metres out from the line, still Workington. Doran popping it out for Castle. Castle just running a nice short line to the right of that ruck. Forced backwards to the 10. You could just absorb the tackles here if you're Workington Town. I wonder if they've got a bit more ambition. It comes to the right hand side. It's Galea! Galea! Oh, he's forced in touch. Great defence by Whitehaven. Well, they're still just about within this one, but they're at the wrong end of the scoreboard and the wrong end of the ground.
He's going to give him that he's been taken in touch here. I don't think he was. I think he went over the dead ball line, which means Whitehaven have lost 10 metres. So he says he's gone out of touch in the 10, so it's a turnover ball where I believe it probably should have been a tap 20. Maybe a 7 tackle set, but it means Mitchell Todd and now be the man to fetch his ball forward for Whitehaven. He's wrapped up.
Brave carry that.
18 metres away from his own line. Collins in there at dummy half. Goes right into the hands of Taylor. Taylor's trying to skip round the Town defence, but met there by Castle. Jamie Doran's involved as well.
5.5 minutes remaining.
5.5 to go here at Derwent Park. Into the hands now of Cam Brown. Brown then finds Bickerdike. Bickerdike, he was going to pass and then Atiga initially slipped, so then looked to keep it himself to try and find the gap, and Atiga was able to get an ankle tap. 10 short now of halfway. Jordan Thompson is the man to fetch it forward. Goes right into the hands of Holgate. Now finds Brad Brennan. Brennan tries to get his arm free, and he does. Should be a fresh set of 6.
Oh, it's a knock on. Who's that knock on against, though?
It can't be a knock on from Whitehaven, surely. It can't be a knock on from Whitehaven.
Who's this knock on gone against?
Surely it can't be.
I've seen him given, to be honest, Jordan. I have seen him given.
I don't think he knows himself, Dave. Scrum down, head and feed, Whitehaven. I was going to say, it can't be, couldn't be against.
You know what, though? I can really praise Workington again, the way that they surged their way forward to make that a contest. It would have been easier to just let Whitehaven pick up the ball in that position.
Absolutely, yeah. Praise the effort of Jack Stevenson. Really do there. Collins comes left from the base of the scrum and finds Cam Brown, who'll then find Mason Lewthwaite. Lewthwaite will take Whitehaven just over the halfway line. Collins in there at dummy half. Goes right, finds Holgate. Holgate finds his front as he's taken down. 43 metres away from the Workington line here, into the hands now in Newbeggin, finds Biggerdike, it'll find Chris Taylor. Taylor will try and break through, but he's going to be wrapped up. Gets his arm three into the hands of Biggerdike. There's not an awful lot in support, but he's found another 10, 15 metres there as even Biggerdike. Whitehaven are within 10. Comes left now into the hands of Newbeggin, and now Jordan Thompson, who'll just run it forward. 5 and last, I think, or a couple of tackles left in the bank. A couple of tackles left in the bank. They're within 10. Collins in there at dummy half, goes right to Holgate. We'll find Connor Holliday, and Holliday's going to be taken down. It is the 5 and last. Got options left and right. They've got numbers on the right. Town able to reset. Comes in the hands of Brennan. They were expecting that. with Workington Town, and Brennan's held up. There's 5 or 6 around him. They had options right and left to Whitehaven. Elected to go neither way, just down the middle. Brennan's held up, turnover ball.
We were a bit critical of Workington Town doing likewise in the first half,
Absolutely,
weren't we?
yes,
And they had the
absolutely.
opportunity to go wide and didn't, for whatever reason. I think they've almost got white line fever and just thought we've got to try and go through the middle, and it's not quite worked. As a result, Town 2 tackles into this return set, 12 metres from their own line, and Eccleston will play it. Picked up by Phillips. He passed to his left hand side. Again, the defence is stern from Whitehaven, pushing Bradley all the way back inside his own 20. He's lost
It's
the
a
ball.
knock on.
It's a superb tackle from Holiday. Well, they made it messy, they made it scrappy, but Whitehaven are going to come up with possession here.
If Whitehaven are going to do anything, Dave, it's going to be late, and it will be great if they do, but they've got at least 8 points to recapture back, so they really need something from this set. Scrum down, head and feed.
2.5 minutes of normal time remaining, plus whatever's being added on.
So probably around 4, maybe 4.5 to go. Ball comes left from the base of the scrum into the hands of Cam Brown. Finds Mason Lufwet. Jay Weatherall was a bit too behind him there to try and get the ball from him. Lufwet will play it 10 metres out. Into the hands now of Brown. He'll find Holgate. Holgate in pretty much centre field, in line with the left hand side post. They're 10 metres out. They're shaping up on the right hand side. Collins goes that way, finds Brown. Now Newbeggin dummies twice before finding Connor Holliday. Collins now in there at dummy half once more before finding Jordan Thompson. Pass wasn't the best from Luke Collins. Thompson can't collect, and that should be game, set and match, and we're on again.
Well, I don't think they liked the attention that
And we're all in.
Collins. There is players going in, a real meeting in that middle of that field. Touch judges and the referee watching on.
All this is doing is favouring Whitehaven, because I don't think he's stopped the clock, Dave.
Yeah, the clock is still ticking.
Sorry, favouring Workington, my apologies.
The clock is still ticking, and Workington Town, well, they've only got to win the game once, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So it's all favouring Workington. Whitehaven getting involved in this.
Got to really compliment that defence in the middle again from Workington. Really committed. The way that they closed that position down, they got in so quickly on Thompson. Obviously well known from his stint here at Derwent Park as well, Thompson.
Absolutely, and that means there's probably a few in this side who know to wind Jordan Thompson up, and that's exactly what we see in there. How to push his buttons. He's having a word with both touch judges. We've already seen it is a knock on. There we go, clock is stopped, but how long have they lost there? What, 75, 90 seconds, Dave?
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
I don't know why I've stopped my clock, because I've probably not stopped at any other point this second half.
But yeah, just waiting to see what is going to happen here. He's having a word with both touch judges. Is the man in the middle. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sport Online. It seems like Workington Town are going to get their first competitive victory against Whitehaven in 11 meetings, stretching back to 2017. Was it, Dave? You're the one that's got the stats.
Yeah, 2017. There's a card being shown
Jack
here for
Newbeggin. Is it 10? Is it red? It's 10.
A yellow card.
Doesn't make a difference this time of day, but he is gone. I imagine obviously that can only be for running in, or Will Evans will join him. Yeah, Will Evans will join him because he got involved as well.
Yeah, he did.
In all fairness to Will Evans, he did run 20 metres to get involved. So
yeah, so it's a yellow card for Evans as well.
Workington Town's Twitter have it with 8 minutes to go.
Really? Okay.
So
fair
yeah,
enough.
Fair dues.
More time than I thought then.
Yeah, more time for Whitehaven to try and get back into it, Dave. Or more time for Workington Town to put some points on the board.
And more time for our match official to go and have a chat with both captains, like he's done quite a lot this game.
Yeah.
So currently 10 points to 2. Workington get the penalty, so they'll have the chance to clear their lines.
Evan doesn't go.
Carter will take whatever time he has available to put this ball into touch. And has kicked it out towards that 30-metre line. So 10 will start this attack, tapped by Corkill. He'll take the battle forward, gain 6 or 7 metres with the carry down that left-hand side. Phillips has moved into dummy half. Plenty of options in that middle. Oh, but the ball's been stolen one-on-one by Collins, and there's a chance here for Whiteaven.
They need to take this opportunity to the Whiteaven. 7 minutes to go as we think. There's no clock in the ground. But Ethan Bickerdike will be the man to be pushed back by 3 Workington Town defenders. They keep pushing him back. They keep pushing him back.
Superb.
10-15 metres is lost there as Ethan Bickerdike, and Collins will dive in at dummy half. Brad Brennan, and I'll be the man to try and fetch Whiteaven forward here. 31 metres out. Collins in there at dummy half, comes left into the hands of Cam Brown, finds Mason Loufway.
Oh, what a tackle. That's superb from Phillips.
Loufway wrapped up, fantastic defence once again from this Town side. Weatherall in there at dummy half, goes into the hands now of Cam Brown. Cam Brown trying to put a kick through for himself.
Oh,
tried something different. They're taking each other out.
Eccleston has
it. It is a goal line dropout.
Yeah, good kick that from Collins. Really sensible given these conditions. And suddenly we're seeing a little bit of pressure coming from Whiteaven. They've maybe got the chance of this last hurrah and to get themselves back in it.
Yeah, great work there from Cam Brown, and put the little kick forward, and Eccleston and Galea nearly took each other out. And is it Jake Bradley, I think, needing some treatment there as well. So we've got another stoppage here at Derwent Park. BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online. It is Workington Town 10, Whiteaven 2, and if Whiteaven had to get anything from this game, you feel it needs to start in this set. Town will no doubt look to put it long. They do with Carter. Weatherall collects just in the Town half and finds Brad Brennan. Brennan runs it forward and it takes 3 just to slow him down initially. Dewsbury 52, Newcastle 0, Rochdale 8, Swinton 7, a tight game at Spotland. Back here at Derwent Park, it's Whiteaven taking the ball forward. Turnbull's trying to get up and play the ball. Collins in there at dummy half, finds Brown, finds Loufway. Loufway through on this left hand side, just held on to by Dom Weir. Kells man. Weatherall's in there at dummy half, Whiteaven within 10. Collins now finds Aaron Turnbull. Turnbull's taken down. 9 metres out, just to the left hand side of the post, comes in the hands now with Brown, finds Weatherall with a long pass, looking to put the kick forward. Is it a knock on? Can they get him into touch? They can't. Great work there from the Town man in Levi Atiga to stay in the field of play.
It was wonderful work from Atiga, to be honest. I don't know how he didn't knock on, I don't know how a mistake didn't go his way, but he was so big and powerful and strong. And now Galea taking his time to play the ball. Atiga following up with a run from the back. He's 20 metres away from his own line. Collins doing his level best to disrupt that tackle as best as he can. Galea likewise with a carry. Again, these 2 outside backs really going through the work and helping out their forwards. Wide pass to Carter. Carter shipping it out to Bradley. Oh, great run from him. He's offloaded. It's a crazy offload given the situation of the game. Town have dropped on it. It's the last tackle. They're still inside their own 40-metre line. Phillips will turn it right. Kick comes in. There was so much pressure on Carter, but given the position of the game, that's a brilliant kick out to Weatherall.
And Jay Weatherall collects it from the floor, obviously to Ethan Bickerdike, then decides to take it on himself. The option probably would have been Bickerdike, because then I think they had a 2-on-1, did Whiteaven, with Bickerdike and Nixon down this side. Now it's Mitchell Todd in the middle of the field, looking to try and take his side forward here. 12-13 metres away from halfway, in at centre field, goes right into the hands now of Chris Taylor. Taylor finds his front. Collins in there at dummy half. It's a slow play of the ball. Middle now with Holgate. Holgate then finds Brown. There's gaps on this side. Bickerdike.
Good defence again from Workington.
Wrapped up there is Ethan Bickerdike. 40 metres out from the Town line. Brown finds Holgate. Looks to put a little kick through himself. And he's just blocked and hit the ground there, did Holgate. Not taken out, although he's arguing that fact. and Town have the ball back.
Yeah, they won't mind this at all, Town. They can work their way downfield, tuck the ball under their wing. That's certainly what Eccleston's trying to do. He's 40 metres from his own line, just over on the left hand side of the field, about 20 metres in from touch. Galea picks up, he'll pinch another few metres, he'll break through the middle, he'll take on all comers, he's heading for the line. The defence has got to in great cover defence as well by Whiteaven, but Workington Town inside the 10 with a chance of finishing this game for good now. Phillips turning the ball to his left. Kick
what is Jake Bradley doing? What is he doing?
It's then been picked up by Collins, and Whitehaven have the ball back.
You just put your break 40-50 metres. It doesn't matter. Biggerdike knocks on, and that is a massive let off for Jake Bradley. But what are you doing, kicking the ball for him?
Oh, you know what? I mean, it's been an absolutely tremendous effort. But I guess when you go into these sort of derby matches, and it means so much, you just do some crazy things, don't you?
Absolutely.
You do some
We've seen it a couple of times
crazy
this afternoon.
things.
Well, was it Galea earlier on popping up Jake Carter? Do you know what I mean? Town should be comfortably ahead in this game, but
they are by the conditions, to be fair. 10 points to 2.
I'll rephrase that then. They should be a lot more comfortable.
Perhaps more points on the board, I do agree. It's a scrappy scrum, picked up at the base by Phillips. Phillips trying to brush his way over. Oh, he's 5 metres out from the line, just to the right hand side of the post. Can they crown this glory, Workington Town? They'll push their way forward with Carter. Carter to his right side, to Atiga. Has he grounded? No,
Double movement.
It's ruled against Atiga. Well, he got white line fever there. Has opened his Workington Town account. Thought he got his second try then. He just couldn't resist reaching out.
He couldn't resist at all. Could leave Atiga, and that would have, if it hasn't already, sipped up the points. We are into the final minutes here at Derwent Park. Workington 10, Whiteaven 2. Lufwit will take the tap from the resultant penalty. Collins now finds Holiday. They're trying to spread it across there to Whiteaven. You feel it's all too little, all too late. As Collins, his leaning at dummy half, goes right and finds Biggerdike. The Town defence has certainly been on top this afternoon in this area when Whitehaven's attempted to clear their lines. Comes towards the middle now with Turnbull. And Turnbull will try and spin and get his arm out to the tackle, but he's going to be wrapped up 30 metres away from his own line. Collins in there at dummy half. Comes now to Brown. Brown then to Nixon, potentially looks forward. Going to be wrapped up there. 8 short of halfway. Collins in there at dummy half. We'll go. That was neither here nor there, was it, from Luke Collins? He needed to pass or he needed to run hard, and he picked neither. Comes left. Cam Brown looking for a little chip over the top,
like
which will find Weatherall. Weatherall looking to go himself, puts it over the top of Atiga. Look to get there again, and it'll bounce into the hands of Mason Lufwit, and Lufwit will ground the ball. It's Workington 10, Whitehaven 6. Is it all too little? Is it all too late? Jay Weatherall will attempt to take the kick quickly. Do you not just forget the kick, and do you not just line up?
Absolutely fantastic attack down the left hand side, though. Those 2 kicks were something else.
Clock is
never
stopped.
giving up. The clock does get stopped, and Weatherill will attempt this conversion really quickly. I'm with you. I don't understand why they didn't just forego the opportunity of kicking the goal anyway, because either way you're going to have to score a try. Weatherill, between the posts it goes. 10 points to 8.
Clock is stopped. We're signalling behind us there is a minute left. It is Workington Town 10, it is Whitehaven 8, and the mass exit of the Whitehaven fans that was happening, Dave, has stopped. They've all now congregated at the Town end of the ground. We're told there's a minute left.
Oh, what a finish there is to this one. Ball being brought back to the halfway line. The clock has been stopped. Town will take all the time in the world. Not that they can really take anything away from the clock, but they've just got to set themselves. It's one defensive set, I feel.
I hate
one
these games.
Defensive set. Carter puts boot on ball, sends it long.
And Brown will collect. Turnbull finds, looks to fetch it forward. We've got no idea how long is left, but that's a fantastic tackle. Collins in there, finds then Connor Holiday.
By Jay Weatherall. That takes the score to Workington Town 10, Whiteaven 8.
Collins in there at dummy half. Comes down into the hands of Holgate. Collins, there's the hooter. Biggerdike finds Mason. Luke Weir. Luke Weir gets it away to Witherall. Witherall will put the kick forward. Eggleston collects. Town win the derby. Town get their first competitive victory since 2017. Their first in 11 attempts. Workington Town 10, Whiteaven 8. Full time here at Derwent Park.
Oh, what a superb game. Commitment to plenty. Both sides giving absolutely everything. And Workington Town doing the job by 10 points to 8. It's a memorable occasion for all the Workington Town fans that are in Derwent Park this afternoon. They have got the monkey off their back. That first win since 2017. And the tail of the tape, well, it started in the 13th minute with a converted penalty from Carter. Wetherill levelled up proceedings 6 minutes before the break. It was 2-2.